if you could give a quick opening comment on this weekend's Big Ten championship game, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Just extremely honored to be in this position again. Just great effort throughout the entire season, and the job's not finished yet, so still got a lot more to go, and excited for this week. Looking forward to it.
As a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand in the chat. Our first question for JJ will come from Larry Lage. Larry, you can unmute and ask.
Okay. JJ, can you describe your interactions with Jim Harbaugh on game day at the stadium? Like, when's the first time you kind of see him face to face? What does he do with you, say to you, now that he'll be back?
I actually haven't gotten the opportunity to see him since Saturday, but I saw him in the morning, obviously, and just he told me to do me, go out there and have fun, and it was pretty simple, just the same things he tells me every week.
So I'm sorry, on game day, I think we see some of the clips of him like pounding you in the shoulder pads when he's with you on game day, as he will be. Like, when, is it after you do meditation? Like, do you have like a timing or routine with him? Like, and does he hit your shoulder pads like that and kind of get you ready physically every game? Is that, or just sometimes?
Yes, that's every game, and it's usually like right before kickoff. He'll come and find me, and he's all about like getting that first hit, and the butterflies just get disintegrated from your body. So he tries to do his best to kind of simulate that, and it's a nice little weekly tradition that I can't wait to get back.
Our next question comes from Tony Garcia.
Yeah. Hey, JJ. You keep saying the last couple of weeks, job's not finished. Can you just talk about the balance between keeping things one game at a time, knowing that there are bigger goals ahead, while also knowing this is a Big Ten championship, and obviously this was, something that this program was yearning for just a few years ago.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about this group is that we don't really keep it one game at a time. We keep it one day at a time and try to focus on, all the daily victories that are presented to us every single day. So I think it just keeps us, on that one track mind that Coach Harbaugh always talks about, and trying to win the day at the end of the day. It's not about, the game on Saturday as much as, what are we doing today to beat, our mantra, beat Ohio State. We treat it every single day like that. So keeps it pretty simple to stay, in the present and focused on the day at hand, in the task at hand.
Our next question is from Adam Rittenberg.
JJ, just kind of following up on what Larry asked me, what are some of the other things that Coach Harbaugh brings on game day that maybe you haven't had the last few weeks that you're really looking forward to having, not just for yourself and just for the team as a whole?
Just, his presence. You never know what's going to come out of that man's mouth, but when anything that does, it's just always at the right time, and, the right words that are said. So I feel like just having him around the locker room, pre-game, where he just kind of goes around everybody and pumps them up in some way, go kill him, champ, go out there, do you, just little stuff like that makes a huge, profound impact.
Our next question is from Andrew Kahn.
JJ, hey, I'm wondering if you've had any communication with your old pal, Allan Bowman, and, if you're aware that, he'll be playing for a championship on Saturday too.
Wow, I didn't even know that, but, so happy for him. We talked a little bit during the season just on FaceTime, seeing how he was and how we were doing, but, so happy for him. Like, I know how he attacks every day, just the love he has for getting better and, for the game of football. Just so awesome to see him, be in the stage he's at right now and perform the way he's performing, because he deserves all of it.
Our next question goes to Elliot Kff.
Hey, JJ, Elliot Kff, Rivals. Obviously, this is the second time in 2 years you faced the Iowa defense. That's a lot of the conversation around this game is for at least the Iowa media is around the defense, as it is every week. What kind of challenges do they present for you? And do you feel like you maybe have a little bit of an edge going back to that film from last year and looking at this year?
Coach Ferentz does a great job of making sure that they're well coached and in the right spots at all time. I feel like that's something about the Iowa defense that makes them so good all the time is their discipline and, their techniques and their coverages and everything about it. They don't do a lot, but they do it really, really well. And obviously they have some athletes back there that can make plays and, get to the ball and disrupt the ball in the air. So say the biggest thing though is just their discipline with the rules and just not getting out of what they do and allowing busting coverage or rushing lanes to open up for me to scramble. So they're just very fundamentally sound.
Our next question is from Angelique Chengelis.
JJ, two quick ones. Jim today was talking about the media attention, all the noise around the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry, and he hopes people can put it in perspective that it's not healthy for the student athlete, is what he said. And did you notice that? And is that noise, does that affect you guys during Michigan-Ohio State weekend? And also, I was going to ask about your lower body injury, your lower leg injury.
Yeah, I can see where Coach Harbaugh is coming from when he says that. I did a really good job of whatever big game it is. I just delete all my social media. I try to stay off it as much as possible because, whatever you consume, visually, it does have an effect on you, whether you like it or not, or whether you allow it to or not. So I just try to, completely cut out all the noise and just focus on what's in front of me and staying present with my teammates. And my lower leg injury is almost perfectly healed. I mean, it was a rough couple of weeks, but, the athletic training staff did a tremendous job and, I attack treatment every single day. So it's doing good, but appreciate you asking.
Got time for a couple more questions for JJ. Our next one goes to Aaron McMahon.
JJ, just from a competitive standpoint, I know Iowa wasn't on the schedule before the season started. Were you hoping to go up against Cade at all?
I wanted to, just be able to see him again. It's just amazing to see how both of our journeys turned out. And, it was obviously at the forefront of our mind at the beginning of the season to have that chance to play Cade and Erick again and just be able to see the guys at the end of the day, because two great guys, it would just be awesome to be, on the same field with them again. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Even though they're not playing, it would be great to see them.
Our next question is from Brandon Brown.
Yeah, JJ, both Coach Harbaugh and Coach Moore have said that they don't want to coach the playmaker out of you. And sometimes when you throw a ball, it's oh no, and then oh man, that was amazing. I'm wondering, do you ever feel that throw to Roman, for instance, was right between two Ohio State players? Do you ever let one go, second guess it for a moment, and then realize, it worked out how it was supposed to? How does that play out in your head?
Yeah, I'm a risk taker. I feel like it's a lot of situations in football where if you miss that opportunity to take that chance, you won't ever get it back. So, I just always err on the side of doing all the little things right throughout the week. So then when it does turn out to be, those 50-50 balls or those, kind of risky chances that I take, I'm putting in the work through the week of, just making sure that they end out on our side, favorable to us. And, that specific play, I was just doing film study all week on number 25. And whenever he turns his head, he doesn't look at the quarterback. So once I saw him put eyes on Roman, I knew he was only covering the width of his shoulders, and I just let it rip.
Our last question for JJ comes from Mello Williams.
Congratulations on winning the Big Ten East, and best wishes in Indy this weekend. Iowa has the number 7 ranked defense and is great at creating turnovers. How important will it be for Blake Corum to have a good game rushing the ball?
I think it all comes down to, obviously Blake's great and he's going to find, the space and open holes and stuff like that. But it just comes down to our offensive line, seeing, with Zach going out, it would be great to see them mesh really well this week and, be on the same page with everything at the running game, passing game. But Blake's going to get his. He's just a tremendous player where it's like, if it isn't blocked the right way, he's going to make it right. And that's what's so special about him. So he's going to make his plays, but the offensive line, it's going to be a great challenge for them to, be on the same page every single snap.
JJ, we really appreciate your time. Congratulations, and we will see you in Indianapolis.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week.